Hey everyone, and welcome to videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. We're not your financial advisor either. Finally, before the ES had a problem to go in conjunction with the Nasdaq, and finally the Nasdaq broke up, taking the profit taken on the institutional number one. The ES was having a problem with the breaking out of those levels, and now just a minute ago the ES broke those levels, and now we are on a very good pace to the long side, and now the Nasdaq, most likely the Nasdaq is finished at the target 3, which is 15,941. For the CL also, having a little problem, this one here from the market analyzer, and as we see from the market analyzer, there is 5 auto trades. There is 1 sell signal and 2 buy signal on the CL, and we had a resistance at 74.16, and we will see if the CL able to close that position at 74.24. This is where the system estimate the target has to be. So watch out for the ES and the Nasdaq. They are way because maybe it was from the news, but you have to be careful with the target to 45.82. If you are trading, there is some profit will be taken on 45.82, and usually the target 3 is for the afternoon session, but it seems like we are going to achieve target 3 early this morning, which is 45.90. So you gotta be careful if you are auto trading. The auto trade on the 1 minute already, it closed that trade, and is already closed that trade here, so that's okay. It was 787 on that trade. That's okay, we can live with that. And wow, this is a big drop. We'll keep our eye on the CL, and we have the support area at 45.72, and should hold the 45.72.25. However, if we broke the 45.72, the re-entry point will go to re-entry long, of course, 45.68. You gotta be careful with that. We were talking about you have to be careful, and before we finished, the market had dropped. So let's see if the support area on the ES, the 4,572, is going to hold. If we examine the CL trade, let's see if there's anything good on the CL. The target one is 74.81. Well, we can, it looks good on the CL, so maybe extended the target, overriding the auto trade is not bad. And then we can override the auto trade, break even, taking some profit, get closer to it, and let it be. So this one here is done. And when the Fibs move, adjusted the trend and stop automatically by itself. We don't have to worry about it. And the ES is holding on the support 45.72. So we need to, if you are auto trading or manual trading, whatever, you gotta be careful. Keep your eye on the 45.72 or mark it on your chart, please. It's very important. If we are breaking that level, that means there is a re-entry absolutely around 45.66, 4,566. You can re-enter long. We're not your financial advisor, so whatever you do, it is at your own risk. We strongly recommend to stay on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Let me see what else we have. Please do not allow any kind of auto trade to take short. There is no short. If a close position, keep directing your auto trade to take long. There is no short. Be careful. Some of auto trades, they are just based on stupid moving averages like ATRs or something. And if the ES drop, doesn't matter what kind of time frame you are using, most likely you'll end up with a short trade, and you don't want the ES on a short trade at this moment. So it's only pullback re-entry. Remember that at this moment on the ES and Nasdaq, pullback re-entry long only. There is no short trade. Yes, there is a little fatigue in the trend exhaustion. Here is the trend exhaustion firing. If you notice, firing short in conjunction with the reversal, but the support is extremely heavy for taking the reversal. And the same story here on the Nasdaq. The exhaustion is right there with a signal pointing down, and then you have a reversal signal on the top of the chart. All is indicating there is short. The problem is the heavy support we have does not encourage me to take the short trade. Okay, this is a very heavy support area here, and yes, if we break all those support area, then we are on a short. But at this moment, this is a very fine line how to read the market, and we look at the pressure, the momentum in the market here, and we can evaluate if this market decent enough to take a short or not, and it is not. So, and this maneuver here, many auto trades will start taking short, irrelevant when you are on a rank bar range, whatever, but there is no short. And the problem is, if someone using some kind of auto trade with filters is going to be delay for the re-entry, and by the time he enters short, or if he's using a higher time frame, by the time he enter the market is the time where actually you need to re-enter the market the opposite direction. So you have to be careful. Please do not say because you're auto trade you're safe. Also, we need to, I mean, there is a fine line. If you have time to look at the market, there will be different performance on your auto trade. If you just closing your eye auto trading, in those cases here, you can get in trouble, and you don't want to get in trouble in the market. So we keep our eye close to it and see what's happening. Remember, on the Nasdaq, you don't have that much left on the Nasdaq. I mean, we might able to get the target 3 usually is for the afternoon, but there is not much left on the Nasdaq. Once the market entered those 2 yellow line, you have to be really careful. And also, if we notice here, the market, there is 2 yellow line here, and then the market to drop, but we do not have short. Again, you do not have short. Be careful, guys, be careful. We do not have short. And when is the best time to start swing trading? I usually start around 8:30, 9 o'clock with the swing trading. 8:30, 9 o'clock. There is 2 options when you're trying to auto trade. There is 2 options actually. It's good to start around 8:30. Doesn't matter which auto trade. You know, get engaged if the market is moving. Engage a bit early, half an hour before the market's open. No matter where you are, always around half an hour before the market's open, or 1 hour before the market's open, the U.S. market. And then if you are a safe trader, or if you are a scalping type, it's always nice to scalp the market around 9:45 or 9:50. You know, when the market's open, can be a little turbulence between short and long. Sometimes there is a fight in the market between long and short, but by 9:45, 9:50, the market take direction, and if you want to play it safe, let's say, and then the market slow down around 9:45 to 9:50, then if you want to be safe trade, it is, for me, it's my own opinion, do whatever you want. I'm not your financial advisor. You can start around 9:45 when the market set up. For everything, there is a plus and minus. Sometimes if you start at 9:45, you might miss a trend like today. And sometimes if you start a little bit early, you might bump into a little sideway market, and welcome to trading. There is nothing can be done about it. So if we take an example, or if you wanted to scalp before 9:30, 9:45, the way when I started today, if we take an example on the NASDAQ scalping, and you can see the earlier time, it was taking the trades, and it was no success because it was no movement in the market. This is where my first trade started at 8:50, is before the market started going fast, and luckily we catched a good trend, and then on the way up the scalper start catching it trades to the long side. That's very fine. So it made 4,960 by starting in this area here. So the scalping, always try, doesn't matter where the scalper coming from, try not to turn it on at 9:30, because scalping is a small trade, and when you are live trading, you might going to have a slippage, and you don't want to lose a few ticks here and there in and out of the market, because with the slippage you're going to lose a few ticks here and there. So with the scalping, it is, if you are a conservative trader, doesn't matter where the scalper you bought it from. I recommend you to do whatever you want. I'm not your financial advisor. Like, you start around 9:45, 9:50, 15-20 minutes after the market's open, no matter what country you are from. That will be much easier to say it this way. After the US market open, 15-20 minutes after the market slow down. As an example, if you are auto trading in EAS, the scalper, let's say an average 10 to 15 takes per trade, and then you have a slippage, couple ticks on the way in, couple ticks on the way out, plus commission, you're cutting your profit in half. And if you have a losing trade, you're just losing the stop loss, whatever your stop loss is, you are losing also slippage, and you are losing commission. So this is very expensive. So if you want to scalp the market, either do it a little bit earlier, and like around 8:45, 30 minutes before the market's open, or probably better, 1 hour before, because we have to count the slippage. With the swing trading, once the swing trading catching a trade, even if it is an expensive trade and got a couple ticks of slippage, we're not looking on the small window here with the small trades like the scalper, so we can afford a better slippage on the swing trading. But don't underestimate the scalping, or what is it, the scalper or the swing trade. There is a 20 auto trade in your package. It is this time of year for someone is not cannot, and this is a problem, because many people don't know how to read the market, many people, and they don't want to learn. You cannot help it. And so in this time of year, if I was a person don't know how to read the market, at least you need to look at the market analyzer to see they all in sequence, the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, all the three signals on the same direction. I mean, this one, any goofy guy from the bodega can do this. Just looking at the market analyzer, and then And if it's in sequence, then you can go ahead and start auto trading. This is not a really major things, but with the with the scalping, I mean, if I don't know what I'm doing, then I prefer to scalp around 9:45, 15, 20 minutes after the market's open. It will be a little bit more calm, and then you will be not bump into slippage or fast market, because fast market is not good for scalping. So as we see right now, this is the top of the line at this moment with the ES and NASDAQ. If we look, those two have the same. This one here is already made the 4,960 and has not been taken any trade on the scalper. Once this start taking trade, I will bring it. There is something here in common with the ES and NASDAQ is there is those two yellow lines. You know, we don't need to be an expert trader. And I mean, I have a big part of members, they don't even look at it, and they don't have even the blue chart on. They still insisted on turning on the auto trade and go to sleep. You cannot change their mind about that. But if you have time to look at the blue chart, what you see is the first time the ES come in between those two yellow lines, and the second time between the two yellow line. And on the NASDAQ, they came in between those two yellow line, and then every time the market gets in between those two yellow line, the dead zone here, and it is the market drop again. So when the market comes to those areas here, let's say if you are working and you cannot keep your eye on it, but if you keep your eye on it every 10-15 minutes, those areas where you need to start considering taking a profit. As an example, if you are taking, I don't want to say you are taking for NASDAQ, let's say we are taking 4 micro NASDAQ, okay? Most of the traders on NinjaTrader within a couple of 3,000 to 5,000 average account. But let's say if we are trading a micro account on the NASDAQ with this chart, and we can see it's obvious when the market gets in here, it's not going anywhere, despite the momentum is strong, but also there is another factor that the trend exhaustion far in the opposite direction, and there is a red signal here, total different red signal telling you to sell, and this one here it says reversal. Those are automatically plot on the chart. So this is the area where a trader, if he have time to start securing some of the profit. Let's say if you are on a 5 micro account, you start when the market hit inside this yellow line, you will take 1 or 2 trades out, and you leave 1 or 2 as a runner. As an example, if you are trading in E-mini NASDAQ, we were in here up to $8,000, and now we shrink into $7,000. And it seems like the market is just going to be for an ugly ride at this moment. If we, let me show you something. On the ES, entered those 2 yellow lines and was not able to continue, which we know that is, we've been using those 2 yellow lines. Those 2 yellow lines is measuring the previous highs and lows and then get the average on the chart. But if we notice here, the market came in twice, and this is where you always have to take profit. And now the crazy the markets start kicking in right here. And this is where uh, many traders fall into this trap and they start losing money despite what type of an auto trade they are using, because this is a very heavy support. When this bar is down, is indicating that if they are using a dummy auto trade, they are already in a short trade. And despite whether they are using 1 minute, 5 minutes wrinkle, this big movement is gonna make every chart jump into the wagon to go short. And sometimes they succeed because the market was able to break the support. They cannot see it, but they can see a winning trade and they think they are fine. But what happened is there is a heavy support area. Sometimes the market break this heavy support area and then they will have a winning trade. It's an illusion thinking that you are doing fine. It's not. It's just by luck the market penetrated the support or the resistance and you made a winning trade. But this is not a consistency. If we look at this market here, in this market here, if you say there is too many lines, how can you trade this? It's exactly the point. You cannot trade it. It cannot be tradable when the price starts sinking in this mud hole right here. It's not tradable. So those guys we have some traders, they've been with us for 5 years. They don't even have the blue chart on their computer. You know, this blue chart, they paid for it and they don't have it and they don't want to have it. You know, that's their problem. But because they want the auto trade to figure out everything, that's fine. That's their problem. But this one here, the trick is every single auto trade is gonna fall into this trap, and it is unavoidable. This is the problem. You cannot avoid any auto trade not to fall into this trap, despite how many filters you put. Whether you are auto trading 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, Renko bar, banana bar, whatever you are, you cannot prevent every single auto trade not to go short in here. The only time you can prevent it when a human eye can see there is a heavy support area here, and most likely this market is not able to penetrate this area here. There is one fact about trading after 31 years I'm sharing with you. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not getting any paid to teaching here in the public. Always remember, whether you like it or not, whether you like me or not, whether you want to understand it or not, it's not going to change the fact the chart is split into 3 pieces. Whether you want to hear it or you don't want to hear it, that's your problem. I know what I'm doing. I'm not sure you know what you're doing. Always the chart is split into 3 pieces. You have a very hard area here. Is a neutral area. Above that lines is long, below that line is short. So on every single chart there is a gray area. 90% of the amateur trading, they lose money when they are trading in the gray area. As an example, when the market start taking a dive in here, and I said don't follow this trap, this is a trap. So if we look on the ES from 4,572, we go all the way down to the wick is 4,567. That set, there's a huge number in here, that set every single auto trade on every single different time frame, lower that auto trade to take a short, and there is no short. This is a huge number for any auto trade to prevent. And this is the problem. And this is the problem. The more stubborn person you are, the less success you will have in this market. Simple as this. Because we cannot be stubborn in this market. You have to be elastic. And on every single trade, whether or any auto trade, they fall into this trap, and this bar was a trap. And they jump into the trade, and what happened? The market kicked right back up, and everyone is very normal. They know an average guy auto trading, his stop loss is between 10 to 20 ticks. Very simple. 90% of traders on ES, they are between 10 to 15 to 20 ticks max. Simple. They know that. And here it is, the trouble start having here. And all this, that's why we said a few minutes ago, when the market entered those two yellow lines, that's why we say to our clients, take a profit. Because this is where the confusion start happening, when you have the trend exhausting, firing short, strong momentum, but is not able to break anything with a heavy support area. So this is really, the market has been fair to us, and there is I mean, also I have experience with, we have some traders, if they are auto trading today, the ES, and they're struggling with the auto trade, what they do, they say, I'm using the wrong template. They don't say, I'm not looking at the chart. They send me an email or Skype me, do you have a different template? And they think the problem is with the template, you know. And probably he's using a template is 3 or 6 months old. So it's not with your template, it's not with your auto trade. It is trading concept. This is cannot be changed. There is no free ride, all the way free ride. And so when you are auto trading, the difference is when the guy, if anyone have ears, we've been saying many times, when the market hit between those two yellow lines, overwrite your auto trade at a close position and get it over with, or close half of your trade and leave 1 or 2 as a runner in case. So the difference between a guy closing the trade or overriding the auto trade between those two yellow lines, and he finished half an hour ago, and with the guy, he don't even bother himself to load the blue chart. And when they do, they let me know. Sam, I'm looking at it. Yes, he's looking at it, but you don't know what he's looking at. You know, he thinks he's watching Netflix. So it's not just looking at it. It's see what is going on. I'm looking at it. Yes, you are looking at it. So looking at it is one thing, and analyze what's going on inside that blue chart is a total different story. So it is overwhelming. If we look at this NASDAQ ES, it's overwhelming. You can see what happened before when the market hit the resistance line, how much struggle for hours to break all those lines. This is what we say, there is a gray area. This is where most of the amateur traders lose money, in the gray area. And if we see when the market finally broke up around 10 o'clock, I was just about to go live, and the ES finally broke up and stayed on this level. This one here used to be resistant, and now it become support. And then what happened, shoot up in the airs between the two yellow lines, where this is the indication you need to take a profit, and then it collapse to the support area, going back between those dead zone, those two yellow line, and then collapse again to the support area. And now if we look at the ES, start losing momentum. If you see what is this high, and look at this one here, it's a little bit lower, and this one here is lower. indicating the market running out of steam. I'm trying to simplify as much as I can, and you can see where it hit here. It hit the 4,579. This one here was lower, hit the 4,578, and this one here got lower to the 4,575, indicating there is no more punch back over those two yellow lines. And now, welcome to hell with the trading, because in this area here, now the market is running out of steam, and there is a heavy support area here, and this is the worst nightmare when you don't recognize that and you still into a trade. And that's why we fight for many years to telling every single trader, it's nice to have an auto trade. We have 20 auto trades. We don't have a lack of auto trades. But also it is very important to know what's going on in the market. It's very important where we are going in the market and where the probability we can maximize the profit. And another things, I don't know why people think it's just a dishwasher machine or an ATM machine. Once you hit your target between those two yellow lines, you should not be auto trading all the time. Remember, you are sitting in a casino and playing cards non-stop. Eventually you will lose. So the trick with auto trading, which sadly nobody talk about it, is not to be 24/7. Those guys, they run or 24/7. When the market's open in the morning, there is a high time, there is running, and then the market dies out, and then the market maybe spike in the afternoon, maybe not. This is a really wild ride. If you are not keeping your eye on what's going on in the market, you should not be auto trading. Maybe you don't like it, but this is fact. But you cannot be auto trading 24/7, thinking by auto trading 24/7 you will earn more money. It's the opposite. You are in a casino, and when you hit the jackpot, you need to run. You don't stay. And here it is. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, please forget those auto trades and concentrate with me for 1 minute. What happened after this market entered those two yellow lines? Nothing. Nothing. It's just going back and forth. There is nothing. There is nothing to be traded. If we look on the scalper, I showed you the Nasdaq scalper. If we look at the Nasdaq scalper, has not bothered to take any trade yet. And I'm so glad has not been taking any trade, because the market is finished. At this moment, the market for the morning session, I mean, just bear with me a little bit. Here's your two yellow line. And if the momentum good, everything good, maybe they're gonna go and climb to the institutional target 2, which usually hit around 11 o'clock. It's 4,582.25 to the tick, I'm talking. So if they are going to push this market higher, they're gonna go ahead and drive it to the 4,582.25. Profit taking on that number. So if you are taking long in those area here, you are at the end of the trend to take any long trade. And here is the puzzle. If we look at the momentum here and the support area here, you don't have short. You don't have short. When it is this market shortable, you can short this market. If this market go below this line 45.65, then is the short has been started right here. In this area here, whether you are using Renko bar, banana bar, range bar, a minute, tick chart, whatever you have under your sleeves, it's not going to work. This is the gray area. And here's where's the problem. Because they are in this deniable, when you tell him, this guy, you have a gray area, he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't believe there is a gray area in the chart. He don't want to listen to this. The greed has blinded him so much to be into reality with the trading that he don't want to listen. There is a gray area in the chart. He doesn't want to listen to this. I've been training 16 years people, and they come with different colors. They with a different attitude, from the nicest people to the worst nightmare people you will ever meet in your life. For the most greedy people to the most disciplined people, and to the people, it's just you talk to them, it's like there is no use to talk to them, because it's like they are on a different planet. So they come in a different colors. You know, you have people, they are grateful for what you do, and people that just don't get it. And it is part of life. You cannot change that person. When you tell him there is a dangerous area on the chart and he doesn't want to respond, I mean, what you want to do? Bring a stick and beat him up? I mean, what you going to do to him? You just leave him alone and you don't bother with him anymore, you know. I mean, in our business, we are dealing with a grown man, and when a grown man don't want to listen, what you want to do? You know, you just let him be. Eventually, he will learn one day when he burns his fingers, you know. And so right now, if we look at the clock, it is 10:44. Usually the target to is around 11 o'clock, plus minus 10 minutes. So the things is, in this situation here, for the one who have traded early and he finished here, has not wasted any time, because between here and the target 2 is not much, and it's not worth it to jeopardize your profit, you know. And now it is 10:44, and if they are going to go to the target 2, is normal, and then will be profit taken on the target 2, and then the market will sink again, and then you are in a dilemma again here. So technically this market is finished. From now to your lunchtime at 12 o'clock, the market is finished. Technically the market is finished. Whoever made the trade early, the first hour, made money, and whoever is staying here is losing money. Because you cannot allow an auto trade to take trade in here. Neither a manual trade is acceptable to take a trade in here. We have some traders, I've been with them for over 20 years. They know what they're doing. Their stop loss is 4 ticks and 5 ticks manual trading, not auto trading. Those guys, they know the target, they know what to do, they are on a different planet. But for a guy who's just auto trading, this is a very high risk to allow your auto trade to take a long trade, because if you allow to take your auto trade to take a long trade, you need to keep your hand on the mouse, because you need to close it immediately. This is very high to take a long trade from here. It is extremely high, and we are hitting the target 2, and after target 2, profit taking. And as I said, target 2 comes between 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. At this moment, we are 1046. We're getting closer to the institutional number, target 2, and then profit taking. So by using an auto trade, and when you see the market enter in those 2 yellow lines, you should halt your trade. If it is not heavy support area in here, it is a little bit more open. This is a different story than it is a potential. Once this market enter those 2 yellow lines, you can reverse the market. But today I have explained to you why my concern not reversing the market because of the heavy support area. So now it's 1047. We hit almost target 2 and the market sinking again. Right on the clock like Rolex. Right on the clock like Rolex. And when it hit target 2, usually stays between 30 to 40 minutes between target 2 and target 1. Target 2 and target 1. So the market does not move. And now what you see, the market go back to target 1 and it's going back to target 2. And this is a nightmare for a trader. And especially if you don't know it. This is a nightmare. Here it is. It's 1047, gentlemen. And it's going to be between target 2 and target 1. And it is these 2 yellow lines is telling you, do not allow your auto trade to take any more trades. Long, it is a place where you need to start taking profit. As an example, we have this NASDAQ hitting 10,000. You need to hit the button and say, it is done for today. It is done for today. So let's keep our eye. It's 1048. And let's see when it is going to. Very rare, but it happened. There is target 1, target 2, and target 3. The target 2 always around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. The target 3 usually is for the afternoon session. We don't want to get involved in it right now. But sometimes if the market is strong, we can hit the target 3. And this is the last target for today. Sometimes it happens. I'm not saying it does not happen. Sometimes it happens. And but also once you hit the target 2, even if the market is strong, and we still at the morning session, I don't want to make a bet to climb to the target 3. I don't want it to be making a bet is going to climb to the target 3. Especially right now, it's 1049, and look what happened, gentlemen. The market came into the target 2 and going back and forth. If you are auto trading, you are a dead meat. I don't care where this auto trade coming from. You're a dead meat. Here it is. I mean, we are explaining in a very simple, plain English. So we're not using any technical words. We're not using anything. And it is very simple what we are explaining here. And if somebody don't get what we are saying, he has a problem. Mentally, he has a problem to trade. He should not be trading because it's plain in front of him. And if he doesn't want to listen, he's going to be paying for it eventually later on. It's his money. If he doesn't want to listen, it's just going to be more costly for him, not me. So the momentum are strong. The buyers are way over the sellers. But I will not make any more bets above the target 2, not when it's 1050. If this target 2 is achieved around 10 o'clock, there is a good possibility to climb to the target 3, yes. But at 11 o'clock, lunch hour in 1 hour, and look at the market. Look at the market. It's doing nothing. And what freaks me out, the trader, the amateur trader, he thinks he's using the wrong template or a wrong auto trade or maybe a wrong platform. I don't know. There is a wild goose in there. I don't know what he got on his mind. But here it is, right there. There is no there's nothing to talk about why the market is sitting there, because technically this market is finished. Now maybe after 11 o'clock, usually after the target 2, they might go 1 bar, 2 bars, I don't know, or maybe they're gonna go to the target 3, I don't know. But try to finish auto trading by 11 o'clock. With all the respect to any other auto trades, whatever auto trade you have, try to finish auto trading by 11 o'clock. Do not just turn it on like a dishwasher machine all day long. It's not gonna pump out money for you. Try to use less hours in the trading, and when you see profit, take it, regret later. Remember that. When you see profit, take it and regret it later. Don't be greedy in the trading. Now it's 10:53, right on time with target 2, right there. You see? Here it is. 10:53. You can be stubborn about it. You can brush it off. You can get pissed about it. It's not going to change the fact. Here it is. Target 2 at 10:53. Here it is. From the way I'm looking at the momentum, there is a good potential maybe that will drag it to target 3. But look, let's stay on target 2 now. And if you notice here, it's 10:53. We told you about this half an hour ago. And here it is, target 2, profit taken, is coming to target 1 and is going back to target 2. Profit taken. Here it is. If you go back to this video, we talked about it. We talked about it. And a profit taken at target 2. Here it is. And here it's going to drive you crazy. What I'm seeing, because now we are finished for today, there is a good potential for this market to, before 12 o'clock, hit the target 3. There is a good potential. Everything is pointing. The market might go to target 3 after profit taken on target 2. But would I take a long trade? Destination target 2 to target 3? No. If I am in a trade, yes, I will keep or I secure some of the profit, and I will see if this ES, doesn't matter if you are trading YM, NASDAQ, you keep your eye on the ES. The ES, it is the signal, the best signal for the market. So it doesn't matter whether you are auto trading ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, YM, whatever, you keep your eye on the ES, even DAX, you keep your eye on the ES. And if they are able to break this number here, there is a good potential to go to target 3 by 12 o'clock. And then is kissing it goodbye. But I still have 1 more minute, 5 minutes for this webinar today. I just want to make it big for you to understand the concept in the trading. Look, where is this market sitting? On target 2. Where you are making a bet on target 2. Here it is. Stopped. The market stopped on target 2. What time is it? 10:56. Plus minus 10 minutes. Here it is. Any guy can sell bananas, can sell auto trade, but not every guy can sell auto trade and support his traders with a trade-in. Now, if a client doesn't want to listen, that's his problem. It's not about buying auto trade, it's what comes after the auto trade, because eventually one day you're going to be sitting stuck by yourself behind the screen and you need to learn. I have people, I was surprised, we have some customers, they've been with us for 5 years. He don't know how to put a strategy template on the file belong to template after 5 years. And then you ask yourself what this guy has been doing for the last 5 years. We have webinars for the members. We have recorded webinars. We support. And then you ask yourself what this guy has been doing for the last 5 years. I don't know. So when a guy, a grown man, don't want to listen, that's his problem. If you notice here, we are just on target too. And would I take this long trade right now on this breakout? No, I will not. I will not. Protect your profit and get out by 11 o'clock. Always. Doesn't matter if you made $100 till 11 o'clock. Doesn't matter if you made $10. Doesn't matter if you made 3,000. Doesn't matter if you made 11,000. Try to get out of the market by 11 o'clock. And if you still have the stomach to come for another round in the afternoon, try to do this. But don't sit miserably 8 hours non-stop. And I know some traders, they sit and have their wife serve them a dinner. My wife did once in the younger time, served the dinner on my table when we were trading. So don't be miserable with it. By 11 o'clock, whatever you can get out of it, get out of it. Don't bother about a couple bars plus minus, and come back fresh in the afternoon. Take a break, but please do not sit miserably 8 hours non-stop. This is not healthy. Your brain start making mistakes. That's why. You think you can handle it, but it's the opposite. Your brain get worn down and start making mistake. So you have to take a break between the morning session and the afternoon session to avoid the mistake. You have to force yourself. Oh, I'll do this after one trade. No. You try to take a couple hours between those two. Make your trades in 2 sessions. Doesn't matter what system you are using. I'm not talking about my system. You can be trading MT4, MetaTrader. I don't care, and try to split your work in 2 different shifts and try to be finished by 11 o'clock, whether you make $10, $5, $5,000, it doesn't matter. And try to come back and see if there's anything to chew on in the afternoon. If you see some nice juicy steak in the market, it's worth dive in. And if you don't see anything good, you just stay out of it in the afternoon. Folks, it's 11 o'clock. I promise you to drive you all the way to target 2 by 11 o'clock, and I did. And our session is finished for today. We wish you, thank you very much, and we wish you a pleasant evening for the rest, and be safe. Thank you.